Today on the Morning Edition, is it intentional to mislead voters or simply coincidence that there are two Dan Sullivans on the Republican ticket for the Alaska Senate race? We'll share the latest details and how officials are reacting to it. Plus,
Alaska is such a short riding season as it is. This is going to hurt us really bad.
a surprising theft at a nonprofit leaves people wondering why. We spoke to ABATE about their stolen bikes and shared the story. And later, burn survivors are often left with a surplus of trauma, be it emotional, physical, or psychological. We'll show you how a new type of therapy has people climbing over those mountains, literally. It's the Morning Edition starts now. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us today. The daylight on my way to work, you could see the clouds covering it, though.
Yeah, it's really hard to sleep sometimes.
It has been really hard to sleep
Especially
lately.
when you go to bed at 7,
Loving all the
8 o'clock.
daylight, for activities during the day, but when you're trying to sleep, with our schedule.
Yeah, but
a
those
little tough.
overcast skies kind of help. That's what we're seeing this morning.
Cools things down.
Yeah, that is some good news there. And we're also going to see some cooler conditions today, largely due to that rain that we're going to see push through parts of South Central. This is not going to be an all-day rain event. In fact, later this afternoon, we will see the return to some sunshine. So the first half of the day going to be cloudy, that chance for some rain showers. It's going to be cooler. And then by the second half of the day, once that sunshine begins to arrive, we'll easily climb into the lower 60s. But we're currently at 49 degrees, so a pleasant start to the morning across South Central. You can see many areas sitting in the 40s, although we do have Seward coming in at 38 degrees. From Anchorage north into the valley, this is where we are seeing those light rain showers. And it's really just a thin band of rain that we are dealing with this morning. Nothing widespread, and it's only going to stay with us for a few hours, particularly for Anchorage and areas of the Kenai where we are managing to see some rain. And I still think it's going to a better chance will be north of the Sterling Highway. Now, when it comes to the valley, we may actually hold on to some rain through at least the first part of the afternoon before that sunshine makes a return. But for all of us, we will see this drier weather building back in later today. So notice through the valley from really west of Chickaloon out towards Houston as you head towards Meadow Lakes, and then just north out towards Talkeetna where that rain is beginning to taper off. You can see where the bulk of the activity is to start off the morning. So good news is, again, not widespread rain. We're going to deal with these early morning showers with that afternoon sunshine arriving as we head throughout the day. Can't rule out some isolated showers tomorrow, but largely expecting dry conditions. Coming up in my full forecast, drier and warmer weather makes a return. Those dry conditions already building into the interior. We have a frost potential this morning, and that still will be possible into tomorrow. And we're also going to be dealing with a 10-plus degree jump in temperatures for the interior. I'll have more on that in that 7-day forecast coming up.
This morning, controversy surrounding the upcoming elections. Two Dan Sullivans are running for the U.S. Senate, but is that on purpose to trick voters or just coincidence? Alaska Lieutenant Governor Nancy Dahlstrom is opening an investigation into Daniel James Sullivan Jr., the Petersburg Republican running for the seat held by the sitting U.S. Senator of the same name. And she's asking whether he had any contact with another candidate when he filed, Mary Peltola. The investigation comes after the National Republican Senatorial Committee accused the Petersburg candidate of attempting to confuse Alaska voters. Dahlstrom wrote to the Petersburg Sullivan announcing her investigation. She said the state has received, quote, credible allegations. Sure. This is a developing story we'll continue to follow and update you on.
The broader military buildup we're undergoing.
I needed to have something lined up just in case. I like Frank. I've worked with him well the last 4 years that he's been in the House. He represents a lot of the positions and values that I agree with.
Fairbanks Senator Robert Myers told us he might run for lieutenant governor, so he had to remain silent about his retirement. That was just before the filing deadline. He endorsed a Fairbanks representative to take his place, and that person's wife filed to replace him in the House. Now, Frank Tomaszewski's opponent are calling that political maneuvering. He and his wife, Harmony, haven't responded to our request for an interview. One of Harmony's opponents said she wasn't surprised, but stopped short of calling it political maneuvering. She sees the late filings as a matter of strategy within the rules.
Whether we play our cards early in the game or late in the game, there's definitely some benefits to playing earlier. You can get fundraising and start building your support base earlier. But also, if you want to hold back and play at the last minute, You know, that's what the rules are for. We have a deadline for a reason.
Here's a statement from William Hunt. He's a Democrat running for Myers' Senate seat. He said voters can decide for themselves if they're comfortable about what unfolded. Candidate John Anderson declined our request for an interview. The Tomaszewskis also haven't answered our questions. A dangerous kind of vandalism. NSTAR says someone is tampering with gas meters and intentionally releasing natural gas. As Lauren Maxwell reports, it could have serious consequences.
Monday morning, a passerby smells gas and reports it. Turns out,
so it's 20, 30, 40% gas right there.
Someone has tampered with the meter outside Natural Pantry, and natural gas is leaking into the air.
So how serious might this situation be?
It's a potential hazard. It's an unplanned escape of gas, so we don't want that.
This is the 10th meter vandals have hit in less than 3 weeks. It's happened to commercial buildings in Midtown Anchorage like Home Depot and Lowe's. NSTAR says someone is purposely loosening bolts and screws on gas meters, and in one case removing a whole cover plate with the intent of causing a leak.
The actions they're taking are completely deliberate, just to develop a nuisance.
NSTAR wants the public to be aware and know the signs of a gas leak.
That includes smelling gas, which smells like sulfur or rotten eggs. That's good for everyone to be mindful of. And often you can hear a hissing sound at the meter, which is cause for concern.
In that case, leave the area and report it by calling 911 and NSTAR. Officials will respond immediately, but say they're also ready for this to stop. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
An update from the Matsu. Teachers can have guns in schools. The school board approved a new program allowing select teachers and staff to be armed. The policy passed last week with a vote of 5-2. It would allow certain staff members to carry a concealed handgun or a non-lethal security device on school grounds. We asked the superintendent for comment, but we were told he wasn't available. A hit to a program that puts safety first. ABATE says someone broke into their storage and took multiple motorcycles. As Danny Tompkins reports, that's a problem when summer training time is already limited.
Bonnie Walsh started her morning like any other.
And I was excited to get all my work done. I went in nice and early.
Until her phone wouldn't stop.
Dinging, 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 dinging for all the text messages.
Sometime between the evening of June 7th and the morning of June 8th, Bonnie says thieves broke into ABATE of Anchorage and stole half of their motorcycles.
I'm upset. I'm sad.
Instructor John Fry was surprised when he got to the storage connex.
I was first on scene, so very disappointment.
The container's steel bar snapped, and spaces where bikes should be were empty.
This is where we keep all of our motorcycles. Normally, this whole row would be full every morning and every evening.
The timing couldn't be worse.
There's never a good time, but this is really, not great. May and June are our busiest months on the range.
The company says roughly 700 riders come through each summer, and classes are booked solid.
And Alaska is such a short riding season as it is. This is going to hurt us really bad.
For Bonnie, it feels deeper than just missing bikes.
We do legislative work to protect motorcyclist rights, and they stole from us. We're a nonprofit. That's terrible. What is wrong with people?
ABATE is working with Anchorage police and asking for the community to help.
We need the community help.
Danny Tompkins, Alaska's news source.
Shortly after Danny's interview, Bonnie told us 3 of the stolen bikes had been found, but they're still searching for the others. Cloudy skies and scattered showers help increase containment on the wildfire near Ambler to 30%. It's burned nearly 1,500 acres. The fire started Thursday at a landfill and has the Kobuk River about a mile from town. No evacuations and no injuries reported, but warmer and drier weather is expected to return. That's a problem, especially since areas continue to smolder. Now, one of Palmer's quirkiest landmarks is making a comeback just in time for Colony Days. The famous Globe and Mile post at the Palmer Visitor Center is back outside, and photojournalist Freddie Wheeler was there for the big reinstall and reveal.
Today we were doing a complete rehabilitation of the famous milepost sign here in Palmer. Yeah. This is a really quite a tourist attraction too. A lot of people come here to the museum. A lot of them want to take their photograph here in front of the milepost sign.
They were built in '69, and they were originally 3 different species of Alaska woods, and they were varnished, and they were natural. And over the years, it got painted because the varnish just didn't stand up too well to outside.
Say when you're ready.
Anytime.
We completely redid all 8 panels.
All right. As many hands as we could get sure helped, because some of those boards are pretty heavy.
They weigh about over 100 pounds apiece. It was important to just spruce it up a bit. That's the kind of thing that Lions do. We volunteer to help out the community in many different ways. Yeah, I got bolt here. A lot of the ladies in our club, each one took a panel home, put it in their garage, and did the painting. Hand paint in all of the cities and the distance to them. It's fun to look at the different city names on there and check out the distance to each one. Good job, Paul.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm sure the next generation of Lions will rehab it in a couple decades from now. It'll keep on going.
Still ahead on the Morning Edition, Anchorage is running out of cemetery space, but this small group may have a unique solution. We'll share what they're proposing.
We are seeing some rain showers across South Central to start off your Tuesday morning, but some sunshine returns the second half of the day. I'll have more on that. First at sunrise, 425 in Anchorage, 517 in Bethel. The full forecast is next.
Welcome back in. 50 minutes past the hour on this Tuesday morning. Yeah, not much to look at outside compared to what we saw last week, Aaron, with all that sunshine.
Even yesterday, we saw a bit more sunshine than anticipated. I don't think anyone's complaining with that beautiful conditions we saw yesterday. This morning, though, we do have those cloudy skies, that rain we were talking about, moving through the valley as well as Anchorage and then down through parts of the Kenai. We are going to see this band of rain as it continues to push to the east kind of fall apart. So areas out towards Cook Inlet that extending out towards Homer and Kachemak Bay likely will stay on the dry side, if not just a light drizzle. But the bulk of the activity will stay north of the Sterling Highway, particularly as you head into the valley. Now, as we head through the next couple of hours, notice by mid-morning, early afternoon, that rain is shifting off towards the southeast. We've got those clearer skies on the backside of that system, so we will see some sunshine later today, and this is where those temperatures will warm back into the low to mid-60s. Now, with that said, as you head east of Chickaloon, Sutton, out towards the Copper River Basin, we'll see that rain for you arriving in the second half of today and then sticking around overnight on into your Wednesday. So we are still going to favor some isolated activity as we welcome in the middle of the week. But notice just how spotty and isolated it is in nature as we head from Wednesday on into Thursday. Again, largely on the dry side for the Kenai as well as Anchorage. Most of the rain that we will see, those spotty pop-up showers, are primarily situated, as you can see, out towards the Alaska Range, the foothills of the Talkeetna Mountains, and through the Chugach Range is where we're going to see that best shot for some of those spotty to isolated showers. Now, as this system continues to kind of fizzle out, we'll still see that potential for up to 1/10 of an inch, if not some locally higher amounts, with that better chance of seeing higher amounts as you head into the valley, where we could see portions out towards Palmer, Butte, even as you head towards Hatcher Pass, seeing up to, with a potential for anywhere from 1/4 to about 1/2 an inch of rainfall. But notice the further south you live, the better your chances of seeing drier conditions, if not just a sprinkle or light drizzle. So this is just going to be a quick moving system. The second half of the day will bring some sunshine in the forecast. So we'll see those temperatures through at least mid-morning, holding steady in the upper 40s and lower 50s as we head into the lunchtime hour. This is where those temperatures begin to warm. As we head into the evening commute, you can see those temperatures sitting in the lower 60s. Plenty of sunshine sticking around, and that is going to pave the way for the rest of this week with even warmer conditions to be expected. There is a 70-degree day in the forecast. I'll go ahead and tell you that, so we will see those warmer conditions. So that frontal system that brought us the cooler weather, that kind of backs off, and you can see temperatures kind of moderate here as we head through your Wednesday, and then by Thursday and Friday, we begin to see a nose or a touch of warmer air building back in across the state. And this is where we're going to see that warm stretch of weather arriving as we head into the latter half of this week. Temperatures, though, today warming into the 50s and the 60s for many areas as you head across western Alaska into the slope. That's where you'll hold on to some of the coolest conditions. And that 7-day forecast, you can see 62 today, 68 as we welcome in your Wednesday. We will see some 70-degree readings tomorrow in the valley, and you can see by Friday, 71 degrees. So, hey, we're going to end the week on a nice warm note, Kristen, but we will be watching some showers over the weekend into early next week.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. Anchorage is running short on places to bury the dead, but a nonprofit is hoping to expand options with a unique new cemetery. Joe Allgood has the story.
We're all going to die. It's a fact that we can't avoid. And while the place that you choose to be buried is important for some, preserving that place is just as important. Down a winding path across from Moen Park.
Just kind of around this corner here is, I think, the best view shed that the whole park has.
Sits a vacant parcel.
You got a nice breeze. You can hear kids playing at the park. You can hear airplanes, small planes. You can hear the train. And it's just gorgeous. If you can look, see in every direction.
But it may not be vacant much longer.
And we are hoping to establish Alaska's first certified conservation burial ground on this parcel here in Anchorage.
Alaska Natural Burial is a nonprofit who promotes exactly what the name suggests.
If anything, there's more of a conservation aspect to it than anything else.
Whether in a casket or just a shroud, a natural burial uses only biodegradable materials and smaller grave markers, if any at all. Alaska Natural Burial says they want to preserve everything as much as they can. The trees around me, the brush on the ground, even rocks as big as this one behind me.
If you're not aware of it, not looking for it, ideally, you wouldn't know that you were in a cemetery.
In a city that's running out of cemetery space.
To see, all of this beautiful everything around us, why wouldn't you want to be here forever?
Awaiting assembly approval on a parcel transfer from Heritage Land Bank, there's been no shortage of questions.
People are uncomfortable in talking about death in general.
But still, a natural part of life.
The cemeteries can be a place where you want to bring your kids, bring a field trip, come do bird watching, come sit and paint a picture, come have a picnic with your family. That all of those things can be happening in the same place where we are interring people that we love forever.
The Anchorage Assembly could sign off on the land transfer as soon as Tuesday, and once that happens, the nonprofit would begin turning this place into a final resting place. Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting. Available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.